Metaphysics were the teachings of the cosmic egg of life. In the early development of ancient Kemetic, Egyptian, history, before any other culture or religion, there were the sacred teachings of the cosmic egg of life. Our ancient Kemetic ancestors were well aware of the golden invisible universe, which was an intricate part of the cosmic egg of life teaching. This was an empirical teaching taught in the temples. It explained the secret wisdom of the nature of the universe and the pathways and planes that the Ka, spirit, Ba, soul, journey through in the heavens and the earth. The ancient Kemetic word, Seftex, 7, is the degree known as the place of Ma'at. All people in Kemet, Egypt, were initiated into the wisdom teachings of Ma'at, unifying the mind and the heart to obtain balance. As Kemet grew and expanded, these teachings would produce men and women whose minds allowed ancient Kemetians to become the world's greatest builders of stone culture. Furthermore, Kemet would become the main source of cosmic spiritual enlightenment for eons of time. Kemetic metaphysics were taught to all the people in Kemet. However, attainment of higher degrees of this order had to be mastered by craftsmen, priests, scribes, architects, and the local leaders as well as the king. This great sacred order allowed our ancient Kemetic ancestors to develop a system that provided prosperity and growth before any other culture or civilization. Ancient Kemet was a nation of 42 nomes, each of which was governed by a lord, prince, princess, and a prominent local figure, all which were initiated in the Pharaonic order. The principles of the Pharaonic order are the major blueprint of all other cultures and civilizations. This Pharaonic order would bring in the first golden era of autonomy and mastery of cosmic and genetic existence. This would become the place where spiritual ideas were transformed into physical thoughts. Therefore, it was as above so below as above. Heaven was on earth and earth was in heaven. The Pharaonic order in ancient Kemet is based on unifying the body, mind, spirit, and soul, creating a being that was proficient in the art of solving the mysteries of the light. Kemetians, the light represented the creative essence and principles of the universe. The more their wisdom and knowledge of this form of matter advanced, cosmic science and cosmic religion came into development. Kemet's Egypt's legacy begins with the wisdom, knowledge, and practice of the sacred Pharaonic order. The ancient Kemetians employed the Pharaonic order for thousands of years of recorded history. Evidence of this sacred Pharaonic order, which transformed men and women into gods and goddesses, can be found throughout ancient Kemet in the designed construction of the many monuments, the reliefs engraved on the tomb walls, as well as Metu Neter, hieroglyphic, scripts. The earliest known examples of the Metu Neter scripts have been dated to 3400 BC. However, the Pharaonic era dates back 3000 years. The Pharaonic era is therefore divided into 3 dynasties as follows: Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, and Modern Kingdom. During the Old Kingdom, ancient Kemetians, Egyptians, enjoyed spiritual peace, stability, and security, as well as achieved economic, cultural, and artistic advancements due to the teaching of the Pharaonic order. The Pharaonic order was established as the primary source for the illumination of the Ka, spirit, and the elevation of Ba, soul, giving one the universal powers to create miracles. These sacred golden initiations were conducted at Ibit Isa Temple of Amun, which is now called the Temple of Karnak. Candidates that were initiated into this Pharaonic order would advance in degrees, in stages of 7, and they were given priestly duties and titles. Every 7th step was esoterically named, representing the essence and principles of light. There are 7 life species on Earth, 7 colors, 7 sounds, and 7 openings in the cranium. The Great Pyramid itself esoterically reflects the power of 7. According to Kemetic Metaphysics, the Great Pyramid's architectural design was built as the perfect image of the human body and spirit unified as one cosmic light. In this 40-year initiation, the candidate would learn the secret mysteries of creation and how to metaphysically put these principles into manifestation. At this point, it's important to comprehend some key concepts to applying Kemetic metaphysics to obtain supreme learning and acquire miraculous latent powers in your life. It is essential that you be willing to absorb new information. The next essential key is you must open your mind to new ideas. Kemetians, Egyptians, initiations to the Pharaonic order of the mysteries of creation were teachings of profound wisdom for developing your highest potential. The Pharaonic order's sacred initiations enabled the aspirant to acquire inner wisdom and knowledge to make transformations on all levels of being. It was essential that the aspirant acquired mastery of transformation in order to spiritually, physically, mentally, psychically, and emotionally transcend into higher cosmic consciousness. Therefore, when an aspirant has transcended into the universal principles of transformation, the gift of universal energy and the cosmic spiritual virtues of Ma'at, creation, are given to him or her. Ma'at is the cosmic and spiritual energy force throughout the entire universe. The Kemetians observed and considered forces of chaos as a continuous threat to the world. By practicing the principles of Ma'at, the supreme consciousness of truth, justice, and order, the aspirant became adequately proficient in maintaining the kinship and harmony between heaven and earth. According to Kemetic Metaphysics, the purpose for embodying the principles of Ma'at is to have the equilibrium of the universe and the divine cosmic order of the sun, moon, stars, seasons, and time as they move in their natural cycles. Although it was clear that the aspirant obtained absolute equilibrium and the forces of chaos had been tamed upon completion of the initiation, the aspirant never forgot that only Ma'at protects and defends the ever-present threat of chaos. One of the essential keys to the Pharaonic order's sacred teachings was the study of planetary and stellar influences to reveal deeper insight into our cosmic and genetic function and purpose. During pre-dynastic and Pharaonic times, cosmic science and religion were almost entirely devoted to stellar deities and the connection between the spirits of these deities and the Great King. In fact, knowledge of the galactic universe is evident in the ancient Kemetians' solar calendar. The ancient Kemetians star-dated everything. Inside the temple of Het-Heru, Hathor, on one of the ceilings in the upper room, was found the zodiac of Dendera. Starting with the sign of the lion, Leo, at the spring equinox, the circular zodiac indicates a celestial alignment that occurred over 9,000 years ago, therefore, making it the oldest and most complete of any astrological charts ever on the Earth. Some of the most vital parts of the Pharaonic order initiation were conducted in the temple of the goddess Hathor at Dendera, in Kemet, Egypt. The sacred Pharaonic order initiations into the sacred science and spiritual disciplines were taught in many temples throughout ancient Kemet, Egypt. This is an accurate blueprint of the sacred Pharaonic order's initiations as they were taught in the temple of Ibit-Isut, Karnak, temple of Amun. A few examples of what you'll discover in addition to learning the esoteric steps of the Pharaonic order are the metaphysical and psychological ideas embedded in the golden sacred initiation. It may surprise you to know that you've only begun the journey of learning Kemetic metaphysics. Keep listening and you will learn how to unite your inner spirit, mind, body, and soul. If you feel compelled to practice Kemetic metaphysics and you feel you will apply it to your life, the truth and balance you seek you will find. The best way and the shortest road towards knowledge of truth is nature. This quote is found on the outer temple at Ibit-Isut, Karnak. Let's take a closer look at these ancient mystery teachings in order for you to master your life by developing your highest potential. When you examine the mental, spiritual, and physical training for attainment of higher learning, you embody these teachings and transform spiritual ideas into physical thought and manifestation. There are two parts of the temple of Ipit-Isut, Karnak, one being the outer temple and the other being the inner temple. The outer temple is where the beginning aspirant as well as the general public were allowed to come and study the mystery teachings of the Pharaonic order to obtain the Seftex, 7th, degree of higher consciousness known as the place of Ma'at. Only after aspirants proved themselves to be worthy and capable of acquiring the higher cosmic wisdom, knowledge, and insight were they allowed entrance into the sacred inner temple. The first essential concept that the aspirant had to comprehend was that man and woman are the microcosm of the universe. The metaphysical aspect of this concept is that within man and woman, symbolized by the pentagram or the five-pointed star, is the spiritual essence of the Creator and the heavens. It is well known that people can learn information and make transformations into the highest stages of consciousness. To see how this was done, or more importantly, how you can do this, examine Part 5 of Kemetic Metaphysics. In order for you to truly discover the mysteries of the universe in your own inner you and the unlimited potential it promises, you must practice the Seftex, 7, sacred steps of the marvelous, mysterious, yet intriguing and remarkable Pharaonic order. Just by you applying these scientific metaphysical principles to synthesize that which is in heaven, on earth, as well as what ancient Kemetians, Egyptians, called the Dwat, cosmic or celestial, you will instantly begin to comprehend how to make transformations into higher levels of consciousness. Needless to say, you must know the metaphysical secret formula to the functions and operations of a number of creative principles in the three worlds. Here are some specifics you will need to make golden transformations in all of your creations. Here is the secret metaphysical formula of the Pharaonic order: heaven equals the supercosmic consciousness and world, Dwat equals the cosmic consciousness and world, and earth equals subconsciousness and the fundamental world. Now consider what happens when you combine these essential cosmic creative principles with the Seftex, 7, sacred golden steps of the Pharaonic order. As you read on, remember these great words spoken by Ta'otep to give a few words of truth, and what you make of them will be your test. The only real question to ask yourself now is, are you ready to learn this incredibly powerful ancient Kemetian, Egyptian, way of thought? Now sit back and let me share with you the powerful secret steps of the Pharaonic order. So let's begin with the first metaphysical and esoteric step: I am pure. The lay priest or priestess who was considered the beginner, unfamiliar with the cosmic egg of life and the art of serving the gods and goddesses. The aspirant, therefore, was introduced to Metu-Neter, hieroglyphic, scripts, astronomy, astrology, proper diet and fasting. The diet and fasting allowed the metaphysical expansion necessary to comprehend the more advanced studies. Only through proper diet and fasting could the aspirant say, I am pure. What this means is that only when the aspirant truly purified their heart of egotistical feelings and personal beliefs or judgments that is not founded on absolute proof, could they advance to the next step in the sacred Pharaonic order. Here is one of the most powerful ancient Kemetian, Egyptian, proverbs found in the Temple of Luxor to help you grasp the metaphysical purpose of this second step. Now here's the next step: the meditating priest or priestess, or come in peace. Meditating allowed the unification of a purified heart and body with a creative, stimulating cosmic spiritual mind. Seek peacefully, you will find. At this step, it was of vital importance that the aspirant truly obtained golden silence undisturbed by vagrant thoughts. He or she had to metaphysically abandon the incomprehensible drive that gives the heart and body movement. Through this sacred form of meditation, the aspirant was able to comprehend the hidden depths of his or her own heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Moreover, the aspirant, having acquired this inner peace in the heart and mind, tapped into the natural energies of the sun, moon, earth, and the stars. Now that the aspirant's microcosmic consciousness was open in purity and peace, the natural resources of nature were balanced. Transmission of vital life forces for attainment of higher learning, cosmic wisdom, and knowledge was now obtainable. Having reached this level, those who had cosmic consciousness could now say, "I come in peace." Each time the aspirant advanced a degree, he or she was awarded the title that represented their numerical degree. This brings us to the next position in this sacred Pharaonic order, the lay priest or priestesses, as well as the esoteric step known as the place of Ma'at. The kneeling priest or priestess was efficient in creating an atmosphere that was conducive to comprehending the rhythm of the universe without distorting it with their own point of view. Therefore, their duties included helping people strengthen their cosmic connection in order to know their spiritual occupation and bring it into manifestation. According to all the research that has been done on the sacred golden Pharaonic age, Ma'at was the key universal cosmic virtue to linking with the cosmic egg of life. Therefore, aspirant had the ability to feel the life in everything. When you read this maximum, you will see the importance of having Ma'at in order to obtain cosmic wisdom. The wise person who acts with Ma'at is free of falsehood and disorder. Therefore, when one embodies the cosmic principles of Ma'at, he or she is able to seek absolute truth in numbers and geometrical functions. Are you curious to discover how the ancient Kemetic, Egyptian, Pharaonic order's metaphysical teachings allowed an aspirant to achieve a gradual inner awakening, as well as oneness with the universe? Keep listening and you will learn the final steps to this amazing, extraordinary, and empowering golden Pharaonic order. Up until this point, we have examined the metaphysical practices necessary for the aspirant to shift consciousness in order to acquire cosmic consciousness, wisdom, and knowledge in terms of the elementary principles and the spiritual laws of the universe. It's interesting to note that not until the aspirant had purity of the body and peace of mind could he or she enter into an inner cosmic universal consciousness. Now that the aspirant mastered the first 3 essential steps to comprehending greater heights, it was time to take his or her cosmic flight. This brings us to the next level of the Pharaonic order, giver of the winds or attendant priest. The attendant priest's duties in the temple were to instruct new aspirants in fasting and meditation. However, metaphysically, this 4th step was a vital key to unfolding the mysteries of levitation, elevation, and transformation into a whole new creation. In ancient Kemet, Egypt, wind represents the spirit and thus dominates all other elements. The appearance of wind is invisible but can be clearly felt. Therefore, the wind represents all that is in the unseen, such as our spirit, soul, heart, mind, and all that lies above and below. Therefore, in order for the aspirant to embody the giver of the winds and soar from the earth to the heavens and beyond, he or she must first metaphysically, biologically, and psychologically shift their consciousness to contemplate and visualize from one of the main points in the human body, which is located almost in the center of the head, the pineal gland. According to Kemetic Metaphysics, the pineal gland's primary field of view is a 90 degrees upward focus to the heavens. Furthermore, inside the pineal gland is the sacred geometric form of lines, which are the universal blueprints to all creation. Now that the body and mind were in purity and peace, cells were functioning at their natural cosmic acceleration and lateral vision came into observation. Lateral observation is essential in determining an empirical observation of your existence and creation. You can find out more about the remarkable and powerful ancient Kemetic metaphysics by studying the sacred Pharaonic order. As you read on, you will learn the metaphysical levels and degrees that the aspirant had to embody in order to obtain cosmic consciousness. One more important point to remember is that it was of vital importance for the aspirant at this level and degree as giver of the winds or attendant priest or priestess to be processing in lateral thought and observing with lateral vision. Here are some specifics of how lateral thought as well as lateral vision gave the aspirant an accurate view of the natural world and natural phenomenon. The Kemetic metaphysical studies and practices the aspirants were concerned with at this point were the mechanisms addressing the motion of particles or bodies under the action of a given force as well as the physics of an energy field's origin, nature, properties of gravitational, electromagnetic, and other force fields. Therefore, it was essential to have absolute comprehension and clarity of nature's energy, the quantum nature of force fields, and just as importantly, the mechanisms of vibration that exist in all matter. The Book of Cosmic Science states nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. This is the way of the universe and all the life that exists in it. The ancient Kemetians, Egyptians, were conscious of the fact that every phenomenon is the result of movement and rhythm that gave it form and character by the natural order of numbers. In fact, at birth lines of force and numbers determine our life. Furthermore, these lines of force determine our true aim in life as their pathways lead one into the inner you. Another major factor the aspirant had to comprehend were the geometric energy field that are around the body. These energy fields can be ignited when breathing a particular way. Geometrically, the wind's vibrations activate higher cosmic frequencies, enabling the aspirant to make ascension into higher realms of cosmic consciousness. Kemetic Metaphysics, History, and Astrology for Conscious Kings and Queens. Thanks you for viewing. Please like, share, follow and learn. Peace, power and abundance to you. Ashe.